This conference will now be recorded.
That we deal with in SAP HR. OM objects. OM objects. When I say organization management objects, this is a OM means organization management, guys. Organization management. So organization management, OM objects. So these OM objects are position, job, org unit, and work center and task. So these objects that you have already learned, those who are in OM, and those who are joining from PA, which is 9 AM batch, these objects are not covered for you yet. We're going to cover them. Okay, I'll take 2-3 sessions for you on this, so that you will have introduction of at least organization management. Later you can listen to the original, live sessions. So this is all. Okay, object type. S means position, C means job, argument. In personal administration, PA object is only employee. PA, employee. Personal, and personal means NNEL, employee administration. Employee administration, which is PA. This is what we are going to deal with now, right now. Personal administration module. Here we handle the object employee. We call them as a holder. When the OM is implemented, we call them as a person. Okay, we call them as a person. So this is identified with a P. Object type P. P means person. And the admins also handle another object, another module, recruitment. Okay, recruitment or e-recruitment, enterprise recruitment. Here we have applicant. We have applicant. It is AP. Applicant AP. Okay, object type AP. So these three are three different platforms, three different submodules of SAP HR, three different submodules of SAP HR. So SAP HR modules are what? Core modules and talent management modules. Look at this. SAP HR or HCM. These modules are divided. These modules can be divided into two types, or you can say third one also, something like this. Let's see. The core modules. Talent management modules. The core modules are organization management. We deal with organization structure. Okay. Core modules, we deal with the organization. It is OM. And then personal administration. Personal administration, which is PA. Time management, PT. Personal time. Okay, this is PA. and benefits. Okay, and payroll. This is PY. This one they say HR ben. Next, talent management modules. First one, talent acquisition. What is it? Talent acquisition means? Talent
Trainings.
acquisition. In which area we use this word talent acquisition?
Recruitment.
In hiring. Talent measuring. Measuring the talent.
Performance management.
Performance management.
Sir, travel management.
Talent retaining. How do you retain the talent? How do you retain the talent?
Providing rewards.
Rewards and recognitions.
That doesn't help. Does it?
Goals.
No.
Some kind of softs like shares and
what will you, on what basis will you decide to be continued with the company or not to be continued with the company?
based on the performance and the skill set which he has acquired.
Compensation management, sir.
Compensation management. When you compensate, when you think you are properly compensated, you be with the company, otherwise you leave it, right? When the hikes are not given, when we are not properly compensated. Enterprise compensation management, ECM. And talent improvising.
Learning and development.
Learning and development, which is in SAP Learning Solutions. Learning Solutions, we call it as a LSO. Okay, and user interface is also considered as a module. The user interface is, there we have a module called ESS, Employee Self-Service. Okay, Employee Self-Service. And MSS, Managerial Self-Service. Managerial Self-Service. Okay, these are the UI, user interfaces. Keep yourself in mute.
Sir, travel management is also in LSO, sir, or it is a separate module?
Travel management is not part of HR, but it is handled by the HR consultants normally. One portion, there are 3 parts in a travel management. One part is configured by SAP HCM. Going forward, travel management is no more part of SAP HR. Travel management itself is a separate module, like SAP HCM. So there is something that should be done by the HR consultant. There is something that should be done by finance consultant. So either finance consultant can implement or HR consultant can implement. But nowadays it is I think SAP tied up with the solution Concur for the travel management. No,
Okay, sir.
Concur is acquired by SAP already with 10 billion share, I guess. Concur is one of the successful travel management solution, and which is a cloud solution provided by the SAP. So we have ESS MSS. This is basically for the keep yourself in mute. There's a lot of noise. There is. So these are all portal based. These modules are portal based modules, not just a ECC. If you want to implement these modules, you need a ECC system as well as enterprise portal system. SAP or normal server plus EP enterprise portal. NetViewer portal system also, server also should be implemented. Okay, so there is something we do it from our side as a consultant. There is something that portal consultant has to do to implement these modules. Even this ESS MSS is portal based. You need ECC as well as enterprise portal. ECC means the server that we are using. Okay, you need this. So what is self-service? Without self-service, how the SAP solution is, with the self-service, how the SAP solution is. Okay, see, the self-service means what? Nowadays most of these services, online services, are the self-service portals only. Okay, you can see banking. Suppose you opened a bank account, okay, and you are given with a personal banking portal. Okay, you can log in into your account and you can do some activities there. There is some data which cannot be edited, which is your account balance. There is some data which can be edited, your payee information. There is some data that is not displayed to you at all, which is other account holders data. You are connecting to the server through the personal banking portal. You can access your own data. You cannot access others data, others account, though you are connecting to the same server, right? You cannot edit some data. You can only display some data, which is your account balance. You can edit data, which is payee information or your address information, your contact information. So this self-service is given the access to the user with, okay, no access to certain data, readable access to certain data, writable access to certain data. So you can do it by yourself. If personal banking option is not there, you have to go to the bank, your bank, right, directly. Yes or no? To update address, maybe to update your contact information, you have to go to the bank. Okay. So, but with the self services, you can update even Aadhaar. When you are enrolled in Aadhaar, you can access Aadhaar self service. With that, you can change your phone number, you can change your address. You don't need to go to Aadhaar center. You can submit a proof online that will be verified by the other team. Within 2 or 3 days, you will get a response. Okay, you don't have to go anywhere. If that is not there, self-service is not there, then all of us should go to that particular admin and get the address changed. So without self-service, admins have a huge work. Similarly, in the company, if you want to submit a leave or if you want to submit your new address change, you should submit it to the HR, then HR will update in the system. If self-service is given, then you can update your address in the portal directly. You can update your marital status, account, family members details and everything in the portal directly with the self-service accesses, right? Okay, so this is considered as a different module, and this module integrates your organization structure hierarchy, you can see, and you update your own data on the self-service portal, you apply the leaves, you can enroll in the benefits, you can view your pay slip, and you can submit the claims. Similarly, you can apply for ongoing activities, ongoing internal job postings. You can submit your self-appraisal. Compensation, there is nothing that you do. Managers will do. Maybe you can review your compensation form. Okay, you can enroll yourself in a training which is going on in the company. So employee no need to go to HR to perform all these activities. If he needs the pay slips, then go to the portal, company portal, and go to payroll and download the pay slips. If this is not there, you need to send a mail to the HR team. The HR will log in into the system and identify your personal number, download the pay slip and share it to you without self-service. Without self-services, admin job is hugely increased. With a self-service, the admin job is greatly reduced. So this is user interface, and this is also considered as one of the modules. So managerial self-service is for approvals. When you submit your leave to the manager approves it, right? So the manager approves it in a MSS screen. So this is the SAP HCM overview, guys. Okay, overview. Clear? Now coming back to personal administration. Let me send you the screenshot. Okay. Now, depending on object, we have a different info type ranges given. So the data of VM objects is updated in the info types with a range. Yesterday I gave you introduction of info types. Every info type is a 4-digit number. So for VM info types, the numbers is this. PA info types, the numbers are employee related. These are employee related info types. Okay, this is Middle East payroll info types 3000 series. Okay, these are employee info types. So PA is a platform where employees hired, promoted, transferred. Okay, all the activities on employee data is executed. Employees, anything that you are maintaining to the employee, it's a PA. The PA is a screen. Payroll data, be it a time data or benefits data, anything, or a travel data of an employee, anything that you are maintaining to the employee is a on a platform PA, personal administration. So without knowing a personal administration, we cannot work on any other module. Okay, OM is okay, but all other modules are employee dependent modules. Without having employees, okay, we cannot work on any module, right? We have to have employees, and employee data is handled in PA platform. So PA is the basic module that every consultant should know, should learn. OM is optional module. PA is a mandatory module. PA is without a PA, there is no SAP HCM. So even if you keep your profile only in payroll, you can expect the questions from PA. They'll ask you the questions in PA. What is enterprise structure? How do you create personal action? They definitely ask you the questions in PA. So PA is a mandatory module for HR implementation, without which there is no HR implementation. Okay. So what is that we do in PA? We have various ways of maintaining the employee master data. We should learn all of them. Okay. SAP has provided the PA standard already. The required tables and the screens provided by SAP already. But all that we customize is we should make the system more user friendly, or maybe according to the client needs. We should customize this SAP provided PA solution to the client required solution. Okay, we are not going to write any coding here. We are going to customize it using a tables. So that is PA, personal administration module. Employee, PA means employee data. So all the transaction codes in PA starts with the first two digits PA. The remaining digits can be anything. Generally, most of the transaction codes, not every time, most of the transaction codes start with the PA. For example, PA30, PA40, like this. Okay. The recruitment is a platform to manage the applicant data. So what's the difference between applicant and employee? Applicant is someone who is applying. He is not part of the company. Applicant is not part of the company. Applicant is someone who is applying for the job in the company. Okay, let's say we have open position, we advertised it. Okay, online, social network, paper, anywhere, we advertised it. So looking at that advertisement, many people have sent profiles. Okay, many people have sent profiles. Now when you upload that profiles data into our SAP system, he becomes a applicant of this company. So he becomes a applicant of this company. So applicant ID is generated. So in SAP applicant ID is a 8-digit number. Every object ID is a 8-digit number. Employee ID is also 8-digit number. Every object here, it is also 8-digit number. Yesterday we discussed about ID, right? Master data. The master data is stored with is identified with ID. That ID is a 8-digit numeric codes. Okay, numeric codes. So for applicants, SAP provided info tabs 4000 to 4999, which is the old recruitment module, new recruitment module 5000 to 5999. Okay, these are the info tabs provided for the e-recruitment. Okay, the transaction code for maintaining the applicant data in SAP, PB, PB30, PB40, like this. So PB, if you see any transaction code starting the first two digits is a PB, you can recognize that as a recruitment transaction code. OM transaction codes either starts with the end user transaction codes, either start with the PP or PO. The transaction codes that we use to maintain the data for OM objects, it is either PP or PO. If you see the transaction code first two letters, okay, it's a OM transaction code. It's a OM transaction code. So we are learning PA. We are going to start with the PA. So what modules we need to learn? what topics we need to learn in PA. Okay, so we have to learn these topics in PA. Whoever teaches the PA, it's the same topics, guys. There is no, it is like a fixed template. Okay, so there are 14-15 topics. The very first one, info types, we should have a complete knowledge on. Okay, every submodule you are learning, you need to start with info types. Every submodule has a specific info types. Okay, what are the info types that are used in the submodule? You need to start with your, start with that info types. You start your learning with that info types. Okay, that module info types. Now time constraints, and very important, very important, without which there is no HR, enterprise structure. Okay, so this is the base for the cost center creation. We can keep it part of enterprise structure. It's a personal structure. Again, it's the same thing. Okay, without which again there is no hiring an employee, there is no employee at all. Mandatory modules, mandatory topics, entire employee related modules, payroll, time management, benefits, travel management, or compensation management, anything related to the employee. Okay, all the modules related to the employee are controlled or defined based on enterprise structure and person structure. So this is the base for every submodule of SAP employee modules, without which there is no employee in the system. Your pay policies are defined based on enterprise structure and person structure. Your time policies are defined based on enterprise structure and person structure. Your compensation and benefits, your travel policies are defined based on these structures. These structures are universal, not just the PA topics. Okay, every consultant should learn this, the enterprise structure and person structure concept. Okay, we should learn how to maintain them. Next, we should understand the user parameters. This is the one topic. Next, personal number ranges. How do we define our own ranges for the employee IDs? Okay, and we have features. We need to start with the features, and we have sub features. And there is a topic called personal actions. Personal actions, info type menus. Okay, we have a concept of screen modification. Have you received all PA videos?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Received info type videos only, sir.
I shared yesterday.
No, we haven't received.
Sir, we have not checked. You have.
So for the batch where you started OM earlier, we have not received.
What about 9 a.m. batch? Have you guys checked?
Yeah, I checked. We haven't received.
You did receive
No,
or not?
no, not
No, we
received,
don't.
sir. Not received. Not
Not
received, sir.
received.
No.
Okay. And to whom I shared them? Let me
Pratap,
check.
have you shared directly to Drive?
What?
Hello,
Yeah,
Satish
tell
here,
me.
Pratap. Have you shared those videos to Drive, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I have. I'm checking now. You and I also not.
Okay.
Yes, sir, it is not there.
All right. So these are the topics we need to learn one by one. And we started with info types. I shared you the videos of info types. Okay. Hope you guys have completed them. Okay. Any questions from the info types? From anyone?
So you told that you will explain about time constraints.
You didn't listen to that video? Hmm?
I have listened, sir, but you told that you will tell in detail of time constraint.
Yeah, I will teach them. But I'm asking you, is there something that you don't understand in that? Or do you have any question on that?
No, no, that is clear, sir.
I want you to understand on your own first. I will anyway explain the time constraint. I will have to explain anyway. But my question is, have you understood the time constraint looking at that video?
Yes, sir. Understood.
What about others?
Understood.
Okay. So I'm sharing you one video. Okay. Significance of the structures. So you listen to that significance of the structures video, why we need a structures in SAP and what is the importance of the structures, and make a note of every point that is there in that video. Okay. So let me share you right away. Okay. First one, PA introduction. 2 videos it seems. The second one, importance of structures. The second one, importance of the structures. Okay. Also, let me share you. I don't have my ladies here now. I'll share them again.
Excuse me, sir. This is Karishma here. Can you also share the video of info tabs? I don't have with me. I did not receive it.
You are in ATM batch, no? You
Okay.
didn't receive them earlier?
No. I just checked and I just checked it. I did not receive it.
Let me note down 1 minute. Okay. So let me give you the quick introduction. I'll share that videos. Okay. So introduction of structures. Look at this. Yesterday I told you the employee data this is where we maintain employee data, easy access. Okay. So employees, we maintain personal information and we maintain address, we maintain the communication information, we maintain dependent details, previous employer, education, okay, education and skills, ID proofs, etc. But this is more of a demographic data of an employee. Okay, it doesn't talk about anything in the employment. The employment data is this. Employees employment data would we maintain to the employee. So what is it? First you start with the date of hire and the personal number or employee ID, and then position of employee, job of employee, and department and reporting manager. Okay, reporting manager, and which entity he is part of, entity, legal entity. See, when you are joining in a Tata group, okay, Tata group is not your entity. Tata group has several entities: Tata Power, Tata Motors, Tata Steel, Tata Capital, okay, Tata Consulting Services. There are different entities. Which entry you are part of? You are part of which entity? Are you part of Tata Motors? Are you part of Tata Consultancy Services? Are you part of Tata Hire? You are hired part of Tata Hire, Tata Motors. The reason for maintaining this entity is the policies. First reason is the policies. Tata Consultancy Services policies are different from the Tata Motors. So when you are identified with the Tata Consultancy Services, that means Tata Consultancy Services policies are applicable to you. Clear? The second reason is accounting. the salaries that are paid to you are part of which balance sheet? Balance sheet means indirectly entity, legal entity. So the expenses or the cost of the company, the CTC, or the salary that the company is giving to you is a cost to the company. This cost is accounted in which balance sheet of the company? Which balance sheet in the Tata Group? So this account should go to Tata Consultancy Services balance sheet. Any single money, single rupee of amount which is coming in or going out, either revenue generated by the company or company spendings, every single rupee has to be shown in the balance sheet, presented in the balance sheet. So the cost of this employee goes to which balance sheet? That's what is determined by the entity. Generally, entity is not there in the HR books, right? When you look at the HR books, you don't see the entity word. But without an entity, there is no employee, even if it is a small company. Entity is one of the, very first fields in the employment data. So without entity, there is no employment data in any technology. Some companies, some softwares call it as a legal entity. Some, SAP call it as a company code. And some other software technologies, they call it as an entity, organization entity. Different words, different technology, different words, but entity is compulsory. Okay. And then you are also offered with choosing a base location, right? So they'll ask you to choose a base location. Okay. Can you choose anything on your own, or do we need to choose anything that is displayed there?
Displayed this.
Displayed one only, right? So the base location means the employment areas of the company. Let's say this company XYZ Private Limited, it has operations in Bangalore and Hyderabad and Chennai. So when you are hired, your base location is either a Hyderabad or a Bangalore and Chennai. It can be Mumbai, right? It can't be Mumbai. You are an employee of which? You are an employee of which base location? This is also important. It determines holidays applicable to you because each state has its own holidays. It determines which professional tax applicable to you because each state has its own professional tax. Right? So base location is also important. That's the reason the companies ask you to choose the base location. Sometimes they don't even give you that option anyway. As part of initial discussion, they say you need to work in so and so location. Is that okay for you or not? If you say okay, then they'll start processing the recruitment. Clear? So base location, and within a base location, sublocation. Let's say TCS. It has several sublocations. Okay, it is there in High Tech City. It is there in Kondapur. It is there in another area nearby airport. Several sublocations are there. So which sublocation you are working from? Your employment is related to. Okay, and next, very important again, cost center, without which there is no employment. Like an entity, cost center is also not part of your HR books. But the cost center is one object which will be there in every area of the business, not just in a HR. It is there in material management. It is there in sales. It is there in production. It is there in facilities, everywhere, warehousing. Okay, where exactly this cost center is placed? Wherever there is a spending of a company, any amount spent by the company in some activity, there is a cost center. Okay, so why cost center is required in HR? Because company is spending amount in terms of salary, cost center is required. In material management, why cost center is required? Company is purchasing some amount, spending some amount, on purchase of some materials. So cost center is required there. Why cost center is required in a sales and advertisement? Because an advertisement company is spending some amount on advertising the product. Okay, so that is where again cost center required. Facilities, on providing of facilities, there is a cost center required. Everywhere, wherever there is a money spending activity, there is a cost center. So without a cost center, there is no employment in any technology. Entity and cost center and the location are a must. Okay, so company's legal entity in which balance sheet this employee cost or revenue is going to, and base location, employment area, which determines the holidays applicable to the employee, which determines the state level local calculations, okay, applicable to the employee. And we need a cost center for reporting the cost that the company has spent on an individual or on department. See, the revenues and the expenses are reported using a cost center, revenues are reported using a profit centers. Okay, we don't have direct revenues from HR, so we don't have profit center object here, but in a sales you definitely see the profit center. Clear? So any question on entity in the cost center?
No, sir.
No, sir.
And we have a what type of employment? Is a permanent or a contract, and the nature of work field, or else is a like what we say is executive. Okay, let's keep it like this: frequency, category or subcategory. Okay, category or subcategory. Next, again, without a grade and level, is there a company? Is there an employment? Without a grade and level?
No.
Okay, so while hiring an employee, we are maintaining this data. So we are maintaining this data. This data is identified with what? Personal number, both clear. Employee ID and personal number. Okay. Now this data, the employment data, is classified. The main employment data, the higher level employment data, is classified into structures. So this is called org structure. Okay, org structure. The company structure, organization structure. Okay, and this is a enterprise structure. This entity in SAP, it is called company code. Base location is called personal area. Sublocation of employee is called personal sub area. Cost center, same word, no change. Okay. So this is enterprise structure. Enterprise structure. And this type of implement, you can remove it. Category of employee. Category of employee. Subcategory of employee. Okay, and frequency also you can combine. This part is called, this part is called personal structure. Personal structure. So this category of employees is considered in SAP as an employee group. Okay, employee group. Subcategory of employee is called employee subgroup. Frequency is in SAP, it is payroll area, pay frequency. Payroll area. So this is personal structure. Personal structure. So mandatory, guys. Both are mandatory. But this one is optional. OM is optional. Okay. Both are mandatory. So the next one in SAP, this is called pay scale structure. So this is pay scale group. Group and pay scale level. Okay. Pay scale structure. It is mandatory for the payroll. Mandatory for payroll. Not for time. Mandatory for payroll. Without which there is no payroll. So these are the, we call these fields are the structures. First, if you want to hire an employee, these structures have to be ready. These structures have to be ready. Without that, we cannot hire an employee. So all these structures belongs to who? All these structures belong to who? Employee or a company?
Employee.
No.
Entity, enterprise structure.
All these are belonging to the enterprise. It is an enterprise data. Enterprise data. It is not an employee data. You are maintaining the enterprise data to the employee. You are maintaining the enterprise data to the employee. That indicates the type of employment or type of association that employee has with the company. Clear? Okay, so SAP design is like this. In finance, there is an enterprise structure. In sales, there is an enterprise structure. In CRM, there is an enterprise structure. In payroll, in HR, there is an enterprise structure. So in HR, this enterprise structure is associated to the is maintained to the who employee. In finance, this enterprise structure is maintained to its vendors and the accounts, books of accounts. Clear? In sales, the enterprise structure is assigned to the sale data. In material management, material data. In customer service, customers data. Okay, to the front end data. The front end data that end user maintain is always associated with the back end data. In HR, the front end data is the employment data, employee data. The major part of the employee data is what? The company's data. That determines what type of association that employee has with the company. Let's say position means what? He is a technician. He is associated with the company as a technician, okay, and he is performing a technical role in the company, and he is part of production department, and his reporting manager is so and so person, and for him so and so legal entity policies are applicable, and so holiday calendar is applicable, and his cost should go to so and so cost center. Okay, this is the reason why are we maintaining this data to the employee. This entire data is created in the backend first, and which part of the enterprise structure this employee is associated with. So that's what we maintain this data to the employee to define the association of the employee with the company. Clear? For the payment, he's a grade 1 and level 2. For the payment, he is a grade 1 and level 2. You pay him accordingly. So it determines the policies applicable to the employee. So this entire data, enterprise data or organization's data maintained to the employee, the basic reason is to identify policies applicable to the employee. Or you can, in other words, you can say to identify these employees are a different group. So this is the reason why we maintain the data. Okay, this enterprise data to the employee. This is the main reason. If you don't define this association with the company, how does the system determine what policies are applicable to the employee, which holiday calendar is applicable to employee, who is the reporting manager, what job he is performing, right? Clear? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay, so I'll stop here. Now I share you two videos, introduction of a PA and then importance of the structures. Why we need to create this structure. I just explained anyway at a higher level. The same thing is clearly explained with the technical reasons in that video, the second video. Complete them before you attend the session tomorrow. As it is a theory session, no need to practice, but spend the time, same time in listening to those two videos. Clear? So I'll try to
Sure,
share
sir.
these videos, PA videos to you all.
Yesterday's video I have not
At
received.
least 4 or 5 videos I will share. Okay, I may not be able to share every video. So the initial videos I will be able to share them because there is a limit in sharing the folders. Yes.
Sir, I didn't receive the videos which you sent yesterday.
What did I send?
Yes,
I
I see it here. Me also.
Yes, sir.
What
Yes,
did I
sir.
send?
Same with me, sir.
Sir, info types and OM videos, I think.
PA video.
Your class is not there, no, yesterday.
Yes, sir.
No, which videos are you talking about? PA videos.
No
Yes,
info
sir.
types videos, sir.
You are from 49 or 48 batch.
48, sir.
How come 48 batch people, you have OM videos, right? Info type videos already?
No, sir. I think you shared some other videos yesterday.
Not yesterday. Earlier, when I was sharing the OM videos, you have info type of videos also there in it.
No, sir. We don't have it. It's only 10 videos which you shared for OM earlier.
Mhm. Fine, I'll share OM video, the info type videos also.
Yes, sir.
Take the screenshot.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
I'll say share it in the WhatsApp group. Catch you tomorrow, guys.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.